Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bernard from the BTN HD, and yes, finally, I'm doing the review on the Lenovo Legion Y7000P gaming laptop. Holy moly, it's been already 3 weeks, the longest time that I had a laptop and I haven't done a review. I really fell in love with this laptop. There's a lot of pros and a little bit of cons, but let's get to the review. So the Legion Y7000P is a solid gaming laptop, weighing around 5 pounds. Retail starting price is around $10.99. It is extremely hard to find it inside the Lenovo site. I don't think they advertise it anymore. So there's a good chance you could probably pick it up a little cheaper at Amazon.com. Now, this guy has a lot of ports everywhere on the left, right, and on the backhand side. If you have the laptop facing you to the point that you're able to open up, on the right-hand side, you have one 3.1 USB. On the left-hand side, you have your audio combo jack, which allows you to hook up your headphone or a headphone with a mic, either or. And then you have an additional 3.1 USB. On the backhand side, you have a Type-C connection, which actually supports an external monitor. You have your mini display port, an additional 3.1 USB, your HDMI, your Ethernet or RJ45 ports, and your power supply. The laptop is equipped with all the ports that I need to hook up my mic and my Logitech webcam to record and stream with no problem. The Y7000P is well designed. It does have a lot of ventilation everywhere. It's not one of those models that have the vent that curves all the way to the side. The vents in the back only stop right here, which is okay. At the bottom, you do have dual fans that keeps it nice and cool. I do have a con about that. I do love the design on the casing itself with the Y. When you turn on the machine, it kind of lights up. We're going to open it up and we're going to power it on, and we're going to take a look at some of the specifications, the keyboard and the trackpad. Okay, so we're going to open this guy up. We're going to power it on. There it goes. Awesome. Woof, beautiful. Power button is located at the very top. Has that upside down triangle. When you press it, got that nice little Y signature. Glows up. It's white. It's cool. Got a full layout, somewhat of a full layout keyboard. The only reason I say somewhat of a full layout keyboard because it does have the number pad, but I found myself when I was entering numbers and I wanted to hit the enter key is not there where you normally have, like right next to the or below the minus and plus. So I had to enter and make sure I hit enter. I was constantly entering and try to hit enter, but there was no enter key next to the number pad, which is okay. The keyboard is backlit. I think it has 3 levels. It is only white, but it's super bright. The keys on the keyboard feel extremely nice. When I started using it, I fell in love. The space between the keys, I believe if you take a quarter or a dime, that is your distance between each key. I didn't make too much mistakes when I was typing at all with this particular keyboard. I think when I started typing, the first thing that came in my mind was the ThinkPad. The keys, the feel, the texture, it feels like a ThinkPad, but just a little smoother. It doesn't give you that rough touch, which was awesome, right? The trackpad itself, a lot of real estate is pretty huge. I did not have a lot of problems with it, but the majority of the time I was using a USB mouse. So when I was gaming or when I was editing videos with Premiere or even Camtasia, I was using a mouse. I wasn't using the trackpad as much. The only time I was using the trackpad was when I did not have my mouse and I needed to navigate a couple of things, but I didn't have any problems with it. One of the things I do not like about the Y7000P is the location of the webcam. The webcam is 720p, which is okay. Right next to it, you do have your mics. But the location is kind of weird. It gives me that whole XPS 13, the old school XPS 13 location. It would have been nice. It would have been up here. If the webcam was on top, you would lose a little bit of real estate on the display. The display itself is 15.6 Full HD with a resolution of 1920 1080 IPS display. Awesome. I think this is the brightest that we could go on the display, and this is the lowest. Pretty blacked out. I think the only thing I can see where I'm standing at right now is the Y and a couple of the icons. Let's turn this guy all the way up. All right, so the specifications on this machine, I am loving it, but for a retail price for $10.99, you're definitely not going to get what I'm going to show you guys right now. This machine with the specs that it has is definitely going to cost a little bit more. I would say around $1,200, $1,300. That's the price range. But on the desktop, if I right-click on it, go to Task Manager, and let's expand this a little bit. Go to Performance, and let's look at the CPU. The CPU, it has one socket, 6 cores, 12 logical processors. It is running an Intel Core i7-8750H CPU with a basic clock speed of 2.20 gigahertz. That is awesome. I think the max clock speed would be around 3.0, a little higher than that. For memory, this guy has 16 gigs, and I believe it goes up to 32 gigs. I'm not too sure. It's a good chance you could probably open up the bottom of it and upgrade the memory yourself to maybe 64 gigs. It does have 2 hard drives. The primary hard drive is a solid-state drive with 256 gigs, which is cool. It's a Samsung. And the D drive is your raw storage. This guy is a 1 terabyte SATA drive. And it has 2 graphics cards. You're going to definitely get that Intel Ultra HD Graphics 630. And then you're definitely going to get that beautiful NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 graphics card, which is 6 gigs. Which works extremely well when I was playing video games. I did a lot of live streaming on my twitch.tv channel. I did Jump Force, My Hero Academia. I think I did Street Fighter, Diablo. I think I did a little bit of League of Legends. All those games play so well on this machine. So I've been talking about all the goodness on this Y7000P, the Legion Y7000P from Lenovo. It's a great machine. I love the full keyboard layout, even though it doesn't have the Enter key right next to the keypad. I don't like the position of the 720p webcam. It's okay. The 15.6-inch IPS display, great real estate, especially when you're editing with Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, Illustrator. Great. Playing video games on it is excellent. The sound is beautiful. What are the cons? And one of the cons is it does get a little warm around this area. Not to the point that it would drive me crazy, because the dual fans underneath the machine will keep it, nice and cool. But it is extremely loud. I did find myself, when I was rendering a couple of my videos with Media Encoder, the machine gets like really, really loud. The fans kick in, and it just feels like it's like a jet engine, like just going. It was just crazy. When I first got the machine and I just left it alone, again, if the fans were going on and nothing was happening behind the scenes. There was no Windows updates. There was nothing running at all in the background, but for some reason, the fans were going up. That's weird. I don't like that I don't have the control to manage the fans. Like, Lenovo does provide me the Lenovo Vantage, but within the program, they don't give me like an on and off switch to like turn on, the fans. That sucks. So it has to be a sensor that kind of reads the heating and it turns on by itself. But in the times that I had the machine, by itself, not running, it was in a cool place. So it was really weird that it kind of did that. Now, another thing that I did notice on this machine is shutdown. I don't know if this is a Windows 10 problem or a hardware problem, but I did notice sometimes when I'm shutting it down, it takes forever to completely shut it down, meaning that the keyboard is still lit up, power button is still lit up, and it just takes forever. I would say between 2 to 3 minutes for it to shut down. If I shut it down right now, would it do it? I don't know. Like right now I'm shutting it down. Typically it will shut down right away, but sometimes it just gets stuck, like lit up. Like right now it's still lit up. See? It's happening right now live. Like right now it's still lit up. Now it shuts off. So it's like off and on. Sometimes it does turn on quickly. Sometimes it doesn't turn off quickly. I don't know if there's a hardware problem or a sensor problem or an operating system problem, but I did have that problem with this particular machine. Now, don't get me wrong, with all the issues that I told you guys with the position of the webcam, the power sometimes turning off, you know, like a long delay, the enter key not being there, the heating, the loud noise of the fans. I could deal with that. And the reason why I could deal with that, because it's nice to travel with. It's a pretty solid machine. The battery life sucks. I can tell you the guys right now, ever since I did the whole battery video review on this, the battery was dying on me real quick. I didn't even get a strong 5 to 6 hours on the machine, maybe 4 hours. This machine definitely needs to be powered on 24/7 if you want to use it, especially if you're rendering and taking advantage of the graphics card. Because if you're playing games without this machine plugged in, you're definitely going to see like a lack of performance. It needs to be plugged in to get that power, to get that graphics card running when you're gaming. Overall, I really enjoyed the Y7000P. I would definitely purchase this machine for myself. The price tag, the retail price tag, like I told you guys, is around $10.99. But if you want the specifications that this particular machine has with the 8th generation processor, the 16 gigs of memory, the 256 gig solid state drive with an additional raw 1 terabyte hard drive, it's gonna cost around, I would say, $1,100 to $1,200. That's not that bad. It's not that bad for a great affordable. I believe it's affordable. To me, it's affordable. Because if you take care of it, it's gonna last for a long time. I was able to play all my favorite games, edit, do Photoshop, Illustrator, Adobe Premiere, a little bit of Camtasia stuff, all on this laptop with no problem. So again, hopefully you guys enjoy. Leave comments right below. Don't forget about hitting that like button, and I catch you guys on the next review. Peace out.